my thing is I need to know how to file bankruptcy. Bankruptcy, like when you run out of money, you have, oh shoot. Oh, holy smokers, guys, what's going on there? Woo! Yes. I bought a lot of stocks today. 5 stocks to be exact. Yes, it was a big day. And so we're going to go through those stocks. We're going to go through all the moves I made in the market here today. If you caught my video I released on the main channel earlier today, that video we got into why stocks are collapsing, but not all stocks, okay? It's not all stocks. Nvidia, if you hold Nvidia, woo, you're looking really good. If that's your only stock you're holding, you're all in that stock, right? AMD's looking pretty good. Big tech's been holding up pretty strong, but if you're in almost anything else, you're getting absolutely decimated out there. I mean, it was a day like today, especially if you're in any stock that has fallen a ton this year. And we talked about tax loss harvesting that a lot of people are basically doing right now, where they're down heavily on some of these stocks, whether it be funds, individual investors, whatever, right? Where they're down heavily on a stock and they're like, let me go ahead and, take a loss on this. If I want to buy it back in January, I can do so then. I can write those off against any gains taken. And you basically had that type of situation. I mean, look, it was just bad. I mean, just my watch list alone was ugly, okay? This is just some of the stocks. Alibaba down 11%, Teladoc down 8%, Fubu down 8%, Lemonade down 6.6%, The Chef was down 6% today, Voyager Digital down almost 5% today. So it was ugly. Now, do keep in mind, what do all those stocks have in common? Their 52-week highs are, 2x or more than 2x where those stocks are trading at right now. Meaning, a lot of those stocks people bought into when they were likely very high back in February, March, April, right? And now are down significantly. Not everybody has a low cost basis like me on the Chef where it's like, $18-ish, somewhere around there, right? Some people might have been buying the Chef when it was at 52-week high, when it was $27, $28. Lemonade, yeah, maybe some people are just starting to buy at $54, $55, $56, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that have cost basis of Lemonade stock of $120, $140, $160, dare I say $188, okay? And you could go through all these stocks. Teladoc was at $300 not that long ago. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have $200 and $300 cost basis for Teladoc stocks. Not like everybody's 123. So a lot of tax loss harvesting going on out there, and just vicious. And it might stay vicious for a few weeks. You never really know how long this will last. Saw a bit of this happen in 2018, essentially in the very back half of 2018. There was a few different factors at play, but I think one of them at that time was tax loss harvesting. And essentially, October, November, market sold off really heavy, and into December. And right around the market, and a lot of these stocks started to bottom right around the end of December, going into the beginning of January. And then all of a sudden, it was a huge move up for countless stocks out there. So yeah, we're gonna get into these 5 stocks I went ahead and bought today. Hope you guys enjoy this as always. Don't forget to smash and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Are you subscribed to the channel? It's absolutely free to do so. Hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified every time I drop a video, you can hit that notification bell. That is totally your call there. And also, one of the most important things you can do in life, download the Hungry Dang Bull app, because the bull is hungry. And right now, the bull is starving. All right? Alrighty, guys, let's get into this. All right. First, we're going to cover the most obvious one at the top. The Chef's not going to be down. The Chef's down 6%. I'm buying the Chef. Like, that one's obvious, right? So we got to cover the most obvious one of the bunch. Some of these might be a little less obvious, and one of these stocks is a brand new stock here today. But the Chef, and by the way, there was some of these stocks I'm actually considering heavily. Teladoc, if that baby keeps falling, I got to buy Teladoc. Lemonade, although I hate the losses Lemonade's taken on their EPS line right now, it's ugly, and it's going to get probably even worse in 2022. Man, I'm really considering Lemonade, okay? But in regards to Chef, bought 320 shares in this particular account, $5,400 there. In this particular account, bought 344 shares there, $1,705 there. When it comes to the Chef, this is a stock that was probably destined to give back some of the gains it had the previous day. Because remember, yesterday the stock was up over 14%. So sometimes after one of those massive upside moves, you have a downside move there. But this one also just caught up into, I think, this tax loss harvesting mess. What happened? Because if you look at the stock price today, I don't have a one day chart up here. I have the 1 year just kind of showing it bouncing around, not really doing much, right? If you go ahead and you take a peek at this stock on a 1 day, it was almost even in pre-market it was going lower, but as soon as the market opened within the first 10 minutes, it was just it fell off a cliff. Literally just fell off a cliff. Like, there was some sort of big seller out there that just sold, right? And actually throughout the trading day, it came back pretty strong. Remember, this stock at the lows today was 1676. So it showed strength throughout after it fell off the cliff, essentially. Buyers coming in. Hey, guess what? I was one of those buyers, right? I bought, 5,000 plus there, another 5,000 plus there. So that's $10,000 plus dollars. So I was part of that movement of people, coming in, stepping in and buying the stock. Tattoo Chef, like all these stocks we're getting into in this video, 2022 through 2027. That's all I'm thinking about in regards to these stocks. I'm thinking about the next 3, 5, 7 years. And, whatever, all this crap in the short term is just a bunch of BS, man. It's just a bunch of BS. That's all it is. Tax loss harvesting, worries about this, worries about that. No one's going to care about any of this stuff in 3 years from now. That's just the bottom line. It's always been that way and it always will be that way. And so right now it's just like the shorts can talk their stuff. Oh, Tattoo Chef's going back down and went down 6%. It's like, hey, you guys said this stock was going to be $10 right now. What happened? So, it is what it is. That's just a big drama show as far as that goes. Brand new stock alert here. So Sam, Boston Beer Company. I only bought 7 shares of stock, but it's a high price stock in terms of the share price. So it's still $3,300 worth. All right. So if you've never heard of this company, Sam, they make a lot of different products. But Sam Adams, you'll know about. Oktoberfest, you'll know about. If you live in the United States, at least, those are very, very popular products. They own Truly, which is a very popular White Claw competitor, right? The Truly and White Claw really dominate that market. And this stock has been a disaster, needless to say. 52-week high on this baby's $1,349, and today's trading at $472. I mean, that's a definition of just fell off a cliff, okay, for a stock price. And I've been looking into this company recently, and I felt like today was the day that I start the position. Now, the reason I start small, right, $3,300, is because there's a high probability, this is not the lowest the stock will be. There's a high probability that in the future days, weeks, or months, the stock will be significantly lower than $472.18, okay? And so, and what did I buy the shares at here today? $471.61, okay? High probability this stock is a lot lower in the future, and so that's why I start a position like this, and I will buy more and more over time of the stock, and I will build it into a pretty decent sized position over time, okay? Maybe today's the bottom for the stock, and now it just shoots to the moon, and fine, that's cool, it is what it is. I don't think that's the case with Sam. That's usually not the case with these falling knife stocks, unless we're in some sort of market that's coming out of a stock market crash or something like that, which we're not. So yeah, this one will probably be one I'll buy for a lot cheaper in the future. Today was just me kind of nibbling, start a position off there, okay? So, Sam, that's one I bought. Voyager Digital. This is the heaviest buy for me of the bunch here today. $4,400, another $11,500. And then in this account, $3,700, $5,900, $742 in regards to Voyager Digital. So, I mean, look at this one today. This is what I'm talking about. Like, things are already starting to weaken, pre-market, but then as soon as the market opened, that first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the market was just vicious. I mean, that's incredible, guys. That move down there, right? So, needless to say, it is just nasty. Just nasty. And the stock did show strength coming out of that. Stock bottomed today at $14.28 for Voyager Digital. And, the Voyager Digital for me, this is, I did a whole video on Voyager Digital on this channel last night, actually. Voyager Digital is, I would say, the most exciting stock I hold. I hold a lot of stocks that I'm very thrilled with over the next, 3-5 years. I think it's going to do great. Tattoo Chef and Corsair Gaming and Honest and a lot of these stocks, right? I think are going to be tremendous stocks for the coming years. But this one takes the cake over everything else in terms of potential reward here. It has more risks than a lot of those other stocks out there, right? It's going to have, it's a crypto brokerage, right? It's going to have a lot more risk than a company that sells diapers and a company that sells food products and a company that has a forward P of, 18 or whatever, 16 that Corsair Gaming has, right? But at the end of the day, this is a company that's building out into, in my opinion, a fintech giant, a potential banking giant, and a huge crypto brokerage, along with potentially even a stock brokerage over the next few years. So I look at this stock with just like, I don't think I hold a stock that probably has more realistic upside over the next 5+ years than Voyager Digital. So I'm a proud buyer of the stock. I don't mind that it went down at all. And obviously, this is one I've wanted to add a lot more aggressively, because you can usually tell by how heavy I'm adding, right? Like, yeah, I mean, if I'm adding this dang aggressively, yeah, it's usually because I feel like there's got to be something on the other side that's absolutely massive. And so outside of a multi-year bear market for cryptocurrencies, Voyager should be in a great spot, right? I mean, if Bitcoin just goes down to 20,000 and it just flounders at 20,000 or 10,000 for the next 3 years, it's not going to be good for Voyager Digital's business model. But the stock's also a $14 stock, so it's already been kind of devastated. And Voyager Digital, in my opinion, is going to take more and more market share over time. I think they're going to outcompete and outflank their competitors. And so, yeah, that's a stock I remain very, very bullish on, and I'm not done buying that stock. I can certainly tell you that, especially if it goes lower. Remember, Voyager Digital was $30+ at one point, right? And so that's another one of those stocks that got caught up into the hype cycle, January, February, March, April. And a lot of folks might have been buying in back when the stock was at its 52-week high, right? Funds buying in, just money flowing in left and right. And a lot of those are just, they're taking their loss here. They're going to do that tax loss harvesting, right? And then probably will buy it back in December or beginning of January, right? And so, yeah, Voyager Digital, if it goes lower, I'll just buy more shares. Their earnings were absolutely amazing, okay? Corsair Gaming, 225 shares in this particular account, $5,600. And then a big move I made in this particular account, $12,300 at $24.61 of Corsair Gaming. I mean, look at this. It was weakened into pre-market. And then look at that first 20, 30 minutes plus of the trading day. I mean, it's just like, it's literally like some big fund. Maybe it's BlackRock. They're like, sell all positions that are down 50% plus from 52-week highs. Like, I mean, that's literally looks like what happened. I mean, they just literally, everything fell off a cliff that it was one of these kind of stocks that's just down heavily, right? And so obviously, I'm going to look at this stock. This stock's been a steal deal, in my opinion, for months now, and it just gets to be more of a steal deal. So I picked up some shares. This business model is not going anywhere in terms of, like disappearing. Gaming, huge in the gaming sector, huge in the streaming sector. Elgato now has its own beautiful display in Best Buy stores. It's amazing. And so Corsair Gaming is a company I'm looking at that's just like, give me more shares, whatever, man. Just do the tax loss harvesting, whatever. But remember, a lot of funds and could be even some investors got in the stock when it was, $35, $45 a share, $50 a share. And not everybody has a cost basis that's in the 20s for this one. So yeah, Corsair Gaming, obviously one I love. Next one up here, Honest Company, $6,700 there, $850 there. And then here at $8.66, bought another 500 shares there when it comes to the Honest Company. So when it comes to Honest Company, look at this. Same exact thing. Okay, same exact thing. When it comes to Honest, I mean, this is, by the way, our market cap, unfortunately, on Honest is not quite correct. We're trying to switch to another provider on Hungry Bull that gives us basically either hourly or at least everyday updates for market cap, because ours are lagging like 3 to 5 days right now. And so I'm trying to switch us out of that provider essentially, so we have a better provider for the market caps. But the real market cap of Honest now is in the $800 million range, okay? I mean, it's just getting ridiculous with this company. This is a growth company that, is going to do, let me make sure I get this right. Analysts have Honest doing 368 mil of revenue next year. I wouldn't be surprised if they do 400 mil plus revenue. The reason being is they're coming off a year where comps are going to be much easier to beat, okay? Especially in the back half of the year. Basically, last year, they had a comp against the Rona numbers, everybody buying sanitizer products, things like that. That's all faded away now, and so I'm looking at Honest, and we have a good birth cycle going too. That I think is going to get a lot stronger over the coming years. So Honest is just a company that I just think is a steal deal. It seems like it wants $7. That's like what I've always felt with Honest. It's always seemed like it's wanted $7. I don't know if it'll actually hit 7. If it does, obviously, I'm just going to be a bigger and bigger buyer of this one. That's in my opinion, going to be a huge winner over the coming years and very low risk, okay? And so when it comes to this scenario where all these stocks are being devastated outside of really like big tech for the most part, just keeping the blinders on. 2022 can't come fast enough. It's 2022 through 2027. I'm already on the next whole wave of years. 2021 has just been that year for me where I'm just adding in these positions that I think are going to thrive over the coming years. And that's pretty much that. And, everything else. Sometimes there's years where it's just about adding a stock for me. And sometimes it's a year where I just make stupid money, right? And this year has really been, I've made pretty good money in terms of profits taken this year as well, but a lot of that is on positions I added in 2020, 2019, 2018, right? And so a lot of times for me, it's about a build-up year where I'm adding positions that I think are going to thrive over the coming years. And this year has really been one of those years where I'm adding Tattooed Chef, Corsair, Voyager, a lot of these stocks, I'm adding a lot of these stocks very heavily, right? That I think are going to thrive over the next 5+ years. Now time's going to tell. I'm getting all these positions to the place where they're almost fully built out, and we'll see what happens. I think I'll thrive in these positions. I think they'll be beast stocks, and I think I'll make crazy money. And then there'll be a day when I start to move out of these positions and probably move into something else, right? But for now, it's just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and hold. And it shall be a fun ride, as it always is. Much love as always, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great day.